can't imagine a stronger future version of yourself. Maybe that's because of your trump card. You believe that in the worst case, you can resolve everything at the cost of your life. But at that point, forget about beating me. You'll never even measure up to Nanami. Dying to win and risking death to win are completely different, Megumi. Give it your best. Be greedier.
Imagine a future version of myself who's freely surpassed my limits. Oh, I can do that! It's not about whether I can do it. I have to do it! The only thing granted equally to all is an unfair reality. Oh, and just so you know, I didn't have any logical reason for saving you back then. Even though it was dangerous, I just couldn't bear to see a good person like you die. Sure, I had my reservations. But ultimately, I did it for selfish, emotional reasons. But that's fine, though. I'm a Jujutsu sorcerer. I'm not a hero. In all this time, I've never once regretted saving you. In the darkest moments when everything seems lost, that's when you truly discover what you're made of. We all face that choice sooner or later. To give up, to run away, to settle for less than what we know we're capable of. But what's the point of that? What's the point of living if you're going to half-step through life? I was never one for easy answers or false hope. The world isn't kind. It doesn't care about fairness. It doesn't reward you just for trying. But that doesn't mean there's nothing worth fighting for. Worth. That's what it all comes down to in the end. What do you find worth in? What would you risk everything for? What makes the pain, the struggle, the sacrifice meaningful? Most people never ask themselves these questions. They drift through life, reacting to whatever comes their way. They settle for comfort, for safety, for what's easy. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone needs to be exceptional. But you're not here listening to this because you want to be like most people, are you? You're here because something inside you knows you're capable of more. Because you've glimpsed what you could become. And you can't unsee it. Listen carefully. Strength isn't about dominating others. It's not about winning every battle. True strength is knowing exactly what you stand for, what you're willing to protect, what matters enough to risk everything. Without that clarity, power is just noise, just wasted potential. I learned this the hard way. Power without purpose destroys you from within. It leaves you hollow, empty. So ask yourself right now, what is your purpose? What drives you forward when every instinct tells you to retreat? If you don't have an answer, that's your first mission. Find it. Because without that North Star, you'll wander aimlessly, no matter how talented you might be. I remember when I first realized this truth. I was young, angry, full of potential, but directionless. I had been given gifts that others would kill for, abilities that set me apart, but I resented them. Resented the responsibility they placed on my shoulders. Then someone important to me changed everything with a simple question. If not you, then who? If those with the power to make a difference turn away, who will stand in their place? Who will protect what needs protection? That question haunted me. It still does, because the easiest path is always to look away, to say, it's not my problem, to save yourself and leave others to their fate. I've seen what happens when the strong choose that path. The consequences ripple outward, affecting countless lives. So I chose differently. Not because I'm special, not because I'm better than anyone else, but because I could see what needed to be done, and I had the capacity to do it. That's all strength really is. Seeing what needs to be done, and doing it regardless of the cost. There will be days when you want to give up, when when the obstacles seem insurmountable, when you wonder if anything you do really matters. Push through. Those moments, those precise moments when you're ready to break, that's where transformation happens. That's where you discover depths of resilience you never knew you had. When you reach your limit, when you think you have nothing left to give, go further. Domain expansion. That's what it means to truly transcend your limitations. To create your own domain, your own reality, where your will shapes what's possible. We all have that potential, that ability to expand beyond what we thought were our absolute limits. But most never access it because they retreat at the first sign of real resistance. Don't be like most people. When your body wants to quit, when your mind fills with doubt, when the easiest thing would be to walk away. That's when you have to dig deeper. That's when you have to remember what you're fighting for. Because if it's truly worth fighting for, then it's worth enduring pain for, worth sacrificing for, worth risking everything for. The path I've walked hasn't been easy. I've lost. I've failed. I've watched people I care about suffer. But I've never regretted the choice to stand and fight for what matters. In the end, that's all any of us can do. Find what's worth protecting in this broken world, and then give everything we have to protect it. Your path will look different from mine. What you find worth in will be uniquely yours. But the principle remains the same. Decide what matters. Pursue it with everything you have. Never back down when it counts. The shadows are always deepest right before dawn, but dawn always comes, and when it does, make sure you can look at yourself and know you gave everything you had to what truly mattered. That's not just how you find purpose, that's how you find yourself. Now is the time, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, now. Take that first step into the darkness. Embrace the unknown. That resistance you feel, that fear, it's not your enemy. It's your compass. It's pointing directly to what you need to confront. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Your domain expansion isn't just some technique. It's your declaration to the world that your limits are yours to define. This is your path, your shadow, your power to claim. I don't care how many times you failed before. I don't care what others have told you is impossible. The only judgment that matters is your own. So make your choice right now. Step beyond your boundaries. Unleash what you've kept hidden. Show the world and yourself what you're truly capable of. The shadows are waiting. Your potential is waiting. What are you waiting for?